in the left Vishuddhi is very important because we have problems of our ego. And you really need someone to remind us that we should not have this ego to oppress others. So this reminder comes to us maybe from our conscience or wherever it is, you may say, from our upbringing, and settles down in our left Vishuddhi as the clouds of guilt. Also, as you know, Catholic Church and all these people, every religion starts saying that you are a sinner, and all this settles down in the left side of your Vishuddhi chakra. So the guilt is there. So, let the Indian musicians come from this side. इधर आ जाइए, इधर आप लोग. But this guilt business has come because of sophistication. I used to think, why do they feel guilty for everything? First is sophistication. First reason is because you cannot go and say somebody, oh, I'm sorry, I've said this, and please forgive me, and another person may not even forgive. So, this is due to sophistication and no communication. There is no communication. I mean, in a country like India, people will fight, and next day you will see them hugging each other. It doesn't last long, very much. But if there is any sort of a very big problem between the families or some uncertain ancient one, then they'll keep it up. They will not talk to that person, they'll keep that distance, they'll keep it all the time. But here it is not so. Superficially, they meet everyone. Superficially, they talk to everyone. But inside, they have that guilt. So because of this superficial sophistication, what has happened? That we suffer from this left Vishuddhi. And then Vishnu Maya gets angry. That's why most of the people in the West I've seen have left Vishuddhi, and even I have got it from you all. It's like that. So it's nothing, it's artificial, it is mythical, nothing to feel guilty about. After all, if you had done anything wrong, you would have been in jail. You are sitting here. So how can you be guilty? So this guilt business has killed our growth in Sahaja Yoga very much, I know that. So first of all, how to overcome your ego is the problem. Ego is there, and when you see your ego and you cannot say that you are egoistical, you have to put the result of that as a left Vishuddhi. So the first thing you have to do is to see that you have ego. Alright. Then you stand before the mirror, separate yourself from your reflection, and start telling off your own reflection. What do you mean by having ego in yourself? You are a Sahaja Yogi, you have no business to have any ego. But if you have the guilt, you will never see you have the ego. You will just feel the guilt, but never see you have the ego. And that's how ego remains, and the left Vishuddhi also remains. Both things can be easily conquered if you face yourself. Just see yourself, this was my ego. Yes, why should I have ego? So then explanation comes. I have seen it's very common here because mind is very intelligent here. I did this because I thought like this, I thought like that. Always there is an explanation for everything that you did wrong. I thought like this, but why did you think like that is the point nobody wants to say. If you think, why did I think like that? So this is an escape from the assertion of your ego that has harmed others, or also it has harmed some cause. It's just an explanation. And people wriggle out. Actually, there are so many wrigglers. We have to face it. If you have done any mistake with open heart, we should accept we done this mistake, go and tell the person, do the thing, or correct it, or attend to it instead of making a capital out of it and putting it down on your Vishuddhi. Sahaja Yoga is just a play, just an enjoyment. It is not this kind of hard and fast laws and regulations as you see. Because you are now innately religious. You've got your spirit to see. What mistakes can you commit? But we forget that we have entered into the kingdom of God and all the saints and all the angels and ganas are at your disposal. Now you have to believe in yourself. How am I to tell you that believe in yourself now? So this human nonsense of feeling guilty should vanish. Sahaja. Now our Vishnu Maya principle is to be always kept very alert because it helps us in many ways. First of all, it helps us to pass the messages from your heart to your head. It is the one by which we integrate. Our heart and head is integrated by the Vishnu Maya principle more than the Vishuddhi on the right side. Vishuddhi on the right side can create collectivity, can create understanding with each other. But on the left side helps you to keep a complete integration between your heart and your head. If there is a guilt, you just think of it and analyze it. It means that there's a struggle between you in your heart and your mind. Isn't it? Simple as that. If it was integrated, you would not feel guilty. And that is why all these artificial theories that have come, all these artificial yarn that you have read and all that, you forget it. You are a Sahajogi and you have entered into the kingdom of God. Enjoy. That's all you have to do. But you have to get to that state of enjoyment and understanding that you are above all. Even you can't say that you should not be like Buddha who is sitting silently. Nothing of the kind. Buddha was sitting silently only when he was doing meditation. Otherwise, you have seen the fat Buddha with all the children and laughing Buddha. That means ego must laugh at itself. That's how this filth of this guilt won't be there. Just laugh at yourself. How I did like this. Laughing at yourself is a very good way of understanding yourself. Try to find out what nonsense I do. How I will. Like there's a lady. She always feels responsible for everything. No? I call her Girdhari, means the one who held the mountain Govardhan in his hand like that. She thinks she's responsible for everything. And I try to outwit her in all her responsibilities, just to make her understand that she's not responsible. And when she feels she's responsible, she's all the time accumulating this guilt in her. Because firstly, she's not responsible, and secondly, being responsible, she's definitely going to commit some sort of mistakes, and then she's going to take the responsibility of the mistakes and feel guilty. Then Vishnu Maya gets angry. And if she gets angry, then you have problem of the left side. And left side is so important that it doesn't show, it doesn't express itself, but it is painful to you. Left side is your own. It is painful to you. It's troublesome to you. If there is ego, others are troubled. But if there is left side, you feel bad. So don't feel bad for anything. I mean, on the left side is the Vishnu Maya. It's the sisterly relationship. When the sister who is your pure relation is not treated as a sister, when the attitude of a person towards women is of indulgence and of lust, then he develops the left Vishuddhi. When he develops a left Vishuddhi very strongly, And if he has a bad agya, or if he has eyes which are roving eyes, then this left vishuddhi causes a lot of trouble. Left vishuddhi can be also caused by, as you know, by feeling guilty about things, or nothing at all. First and foremost thing is that we must speak in a sweet manner. Speak to someone in a sweet manner, not artificially, but sweetly. Speak in a manner that another person likes it. Satyam vadet, priyam vadet. Speak the truth. Don't tell the lies. If you go on telling lies, after some time, even if you tell the truth, it will become a lie. But if you are telling the truth, that even if you tell a lie, it becomes the truth. Now, some people think that they can be cunning. By their talks, they can cheat. But actually they are cheating themselves. All such people who cheat others by sweet talks, by artificial talks, or by some maneuvering, go to such a horrible state. At Vishuddhi Chakra, you surrender all your other dharmas. It means that it all gets sublimated. It all gets complete. The wholesomeness is achieved because he is collective being. He is the Virat. Because he is the integrated form of all the dharmas. And he is the Virata in our brain. He represents our brain. And when this Virat in us is awakened fully, then all the dharmas become natural with us. We don't have to do any dharmas. We don't have to be conscious of any dharmas, but automatically we become dharma ourselves. But when you go beyond dharma, into the stage of Virata, then you don't need any dharma. You become the dharma of Virat. Now what is the dharma of Virat? What is the dharma of Sri Krishna? Is collectivity. Krishna is the brain. When you have got your realization, remember this. Now you have entered into the kingdom of God, into the kingdom of Virat, where you are a part and parcel of a collective being. You are not alone. You cannot be single out. You cannot separate yourself. Now you are awakened in the body of Virat, and you cannot get out of it. If you try to get out of it, you cannot be nourished. Supposing I take out part of my body, will it be nourished by this body? It won't. In the same way, you have now become part and parcel of that collectivity. And that collectivity, that Virat, is going to look after you, going to nourish you, going to do everything that is necessary for your spiritual, physical, mental, emotional, even financial development. But if you cut it short, if you try to block the collectivity, if you try to make problems for collectivity, or even if you try just to get out of the collectivity, then that is not our interest, that is not our work. This is to be understood fully, in every way possible. And this, when is understood in a proper way, you should know that collectivity is not only your advancement, it's not only your development, it's not only your achievements, it's the achievement of the whole humanity. The purpose of your creation is fulfilled by that. When we stand on our way, when we try to do something privately, then God says, all right, go private. But when we are public, He looks after us. And then, in Sahaja Yoga, as you know, that collective growth is the only way we understand Sahaja Yoga. Somebody knows something, somebody knows something else, somebody knows something else. When we are collective, then we really understand every aspect of Sahaja Yoga. Supposing there is somebody a scientist, somebody is a musician, somebody is another thing. We cannot know everything. So you know something from this one, something from that one, something from that. So all the rivers as it flow into that collectivity, and you enjoy the ocean of all these rivers. You don't have to go to all the rivers in India, like you go from Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, Kaveri, you thousands of miles. Go to the sea, all of them are there. Like that, you have to enjoy the sea where everything is. All kinds of beautiful things are there, and you enjoy that. The word yoga that we understand is the union of our attention with the divine. But still we do not realize the implications. What does it mean? What should happen to us? Of course you get powers. As soon as you become the spirit, you get powers. One of the powers you get is of collective consciousness. That is also the gift of Sri Krishna. And that you start feeling the collectivity. Your ego and superego is sucked in, so you get rid of your karmas and your conditionings, and a new sprouting of the new life for the new age starts. But still, what is the speciality, the greatness of Yogeshwara? Because he is Ishvara for us. He is the Ishvara of all the yogis. What is his capacity? What is his nature? That for him everything is a play, Leela. But Sri Krishna came up to show that he is the Leeladhara, one who plays the Leela, the play. The whole thing is a play. The whole universe is a play. All that is created by Adi Shakti, all these Trigunas is nothing but a play. And that's what he manifested in his own incarnation. But still, what is Yogeshwara? Leeladhara is the one for whom this whole universe is a play, that he is at the axis and for the whole periphery is nothing but a play. Because everything is false. Except for your spirit, everything is false. Is all a joke going on, you can say, a drama going on, nothing so serious. Spirit is the only truth within us. The rest is all untruth. There cannot be many types of truths. In Sanskrit language there is only truth or untruth, satya or asatya. There are no 10 words for truth. So when this happens, this great happening takes place within you. When you become one with spirit, you get powers. Without even your maturity reaching that stage, your understanding reaching that stage,
and your heart opening out. You get the powers all right to begin with, so that you have faith with open understanding. You should have faith with experience of it. So it starts off. When you start using your powers, you see it is manifesting. You are sometimes amazed how you raise Kundalini of people, how you tie them up, how you give them realization, how you cure people. You are amazed how it has happened. So we can say it's all built in within you, which has started manifesting. But there is so much more that has to still manifest, which has to establish and make you grow. Because this is what you have to do, you are duty bound. They form your dharma. But he says, give up all these dharmas, give up all the duties, just surrender yourself fully to me. Sarvadharmanam parityajya mamekam sharanam. Because you have become now the collective being, now you have become one with him, now he looks after your dharmas, he looks after your relationships, he cleanses them, he purifies them. So you just surrender yourself to him fully. He said it to Sri Arjuna only, not to everyone. He didn't say to everyone. They didn't deserve it. Or he didn't think it proper to say to them. But I think you are proper people to know that. So I am telling you that forget every other duty to every other thing, but do your duty to your collective being. Do your collective being. May God bless.